Ready? Okay. I got everything tightened down. Look at that. That thing is super solid.
It's like it's welded on there.
That would have sucked.
You want to tell them what that is? Cause
that is your home link sensor for your garage door opener. So, kind of important.
do you use it?
I can open it. Okay. Let's start her up.
She's ready.
Let me know if you start to see cool if it's somewhere.
All right. We're good. Sucking it in there.
Yeah, you can see it's taking it down. You should be able to burp it this way. And I know there's a bleeder on the supercharger. I'm watching the air popping over here right now. That's coming from the supercharger.
You saw bleeding.
Yeah. I don't understand why guys are putting another tank that's just, I don't get it. See it? You see the air popping over itself through that? That's a little burp. See it? That's purging. Not the movie, kids. That's actually what it's called. It's purging. And look at with every bubble, the level's dropping lower and lower. So you're just pushing air out. You want your heater core on because that's part of your cooling system. Look at it.
And you want to do this while it's jacked up too?
Yeah, you want the air in the highest end of the motor. Still no leakage. I am secure, sir.
Yeah.
Secure.
I think they forgot to send it to you, man. That's what the kit.
Alright, what up, y'all? Okay. No leaks. No leaks. What we did is we took the passenger side hose, ran it in a soft loop to the top of the Merc Racing one. The driver's side, we ran into the lower part of the Merc Racing, and this is just thermal wrap. That shit does work though. And just hit it with some spray. Okay, and now we just finished burping it. Let me show you something that took us. Of course, I broke that. You see that shiny bolt right there? It looked just like that one, nylon, and it broke. So we had a hell of a time trying to figure out what size. What size did it wind up being?
8mm 1.0.
An 8mm by 1.0. It's Easter. There's nothing open. So CP Builds had a bolt that was close, and what he did was tap out the very top of it to get it to start, and a 8mm 1.25 bolt with the stock O-ring that was under there is in it. That was a freaking nightmare. So if you guys are gonna need to bleed this system that way, and I don't think we needed to do that. I think I was just
not true. A lot of air came out.
Yeah, that's true. So you're gonna.
And the reason why you did that one is because it was the furthest back. You know,
right. So you're gonna need to
be very careful.
Yeah.
A lot of WD.
And let it sit for a while. Work at that bolt before you even attempt this, or the nut, the nylon nut that's in there, because this is going to be a problem for people. We had to actually extract that nylon, the rest of the nylon that was in there. We had to extract that.
If they pinch off the lines good enough and don't let nothing leak out and fill up this before they put it, they won't have to worry about cracking that bleeder. Because
all the volume.
Too. We had a problem with leakage, so we had to bleed.
So a tip: pre-fill your charged air cooler. It's gonna make bleeding your system. You're gonna have to fill it. Well,
just cap it. It's time to cap it. And when they're about to pull it off, and plug in the cap. Because regardless, it's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be a mess.
They don't want to burp though.
Yeah.
I would rather do that mess than do that what we just did though.
All right, that does make sense. So if you want to get away from having to touch these
plastic shit, they don't even know about the extraction process. They're not broke off in there, don't they?
Yeah, that's what it says. We had to extract the rest of the nylon that was in there. It wasn't easy because nothing wanted to stick to that nylon to pull it out. And we had
without damaging the thread.
Fish it out with picks and everything else, and then we got lucky enough. It kind of burped itself and pushed the rest of the shit out of there.
Key on ignition, help
push the fluid back up. So
don't turn it on, just push the button so it powers on.
Okay. Pre-fill your charged air cooler. That would have saved us a lot of time, and then my gorilla hands not touching that fucking bleeder bolt would have saved us time. I break everything. I broke 2 tools today and a nut. I break shit every single time. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but it's done.
It's your strong hand.
Yeah, I'll never learn.
Scary movie.
The baby hand. But she's back together. She's all burped out. You can see how it sits in there. She's nice and pretty. This is pretty much a job complete. Just putting everything back together, and that's, putting the bumper back on. I was gonna refill this. The fluid level came back up some, so I'm gonna top the rest off with antifreeze because I put some water in. This one seems to hold at least a half a gallon more than your stock one, but let it run like we did. We burped it. Throw your AC on because you're gonna hold water or air in your heater core. Yeah, your defroster. What? With your defroster on, you get to push all the air out of it. Let it run for a while. Let it get up to 200. Your fans kick on with your AC or your defroster on. Heater. Well, defroster, that's where your heater core is. These people they don't know that. So, yeah, run it that way. Let it get up to temperature, which is 200 degrees. Once your fans kick on, your system should be bled, and you should have no more air left in your lines. Okay, for CP Builds, this is R2 Swift. Peace, we're out. What's up, everybody? R2 Swift. Okay, she is back together. Maybe you can see it there, but that's that Merc Charge Air. I'm gonna tell you this. Well, to be honest, I don't know if that's even going to mean anything. I already told you about the bleeder nut. It's going to break. So I have a backup. The size is an 8mm 1.0. You could tap it out a little bit to a 125. That's what Chris did from CP Builds. Or excuse my next door neighbor. He's a Honda pro. He builds Honda race motors. But okay, in closing, see this thermometer. This right now is pointing at the heat exchanger, 107. This is one of the heater lines at 110 for the supercharger. Okay, it's going to take at least a half a gallon more. You can see what the engine temp is, 94 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's been idling for a while. The system is well burped. I had to run it for about 45 minutes on and off the throttle to get it fully burped. She is back together, wheels on, off the jack stands. On a scale of 1 to 10, this job, if it was not for that bleeder, which like I said, we had to extract it and take a pick, a 90-degree angle, a tiny little side pick, and get all those little pieces of nylon out of there. That was a pain in the ass. Why Audi did that, I don't know. I had so much faith in Audi that this wasn't domestic car builder. Everything you take apart is so easy, simple to do this and do that. And then they throw a damn nylon bolt on top of aluminum motor, which it's gonna break. I gotta think that's where they're gonna make their money. If somebody touches that, if you don't have the experience like I do, or we did, you wouldn't know what to do. It's Easter Sunday. There's nothing open right now. So we came up with a fix for it and used the original O-ring that was inside there. I didn't touch the other side. Once that thing broke off and we finally got that little, you know, that the rest of the thread out of there, the rest of the nylon bolt out of there, it burped itself through there. I mean, there was a lot of air that came out of there. But to get around that, pre-fill your intercooler, your charged intercooler, pre-fill it. That's going to allow you to go ahead and just burp it through here. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be your simplest way. But on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 6. With that nylon bolt, it makes it a full 10. If you don't know how to, extract a bolt, I mean, don't try it on this, because if you have to take that to Audi for them to go ahead and extract that bolt, and if you tear the threads up, I mean, you got to get it towed over there, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't do it. Don't do it. If you don't have the experience, don't touch those bleeders. Just purge it, the system through here. Just give it time. Those are not necessary. You can purge it through here. Turn your heater core on, which is that's your defroster, your front defroster. Put it on high, hot. That's going to push all the air through the system. And eventually you're going to get it to come into the tank. You'll know when it's purged. You'll stop seeing it bubbling. You can also see what I'm doing here. I'm squeezing the hose. You'll feel when there's air. You'll see air coming into the expansion tank. Sorry, it's Easter. I haven't eaten, and I'm on my 4th frickin' beer. But in closing, let me show you the engine temp. It's at 121 right now. Supercharger, inlet. How is that reading? Oh, it's reading 114, 110. At the front, it's 102. So there's definitely a temperature drop. And again, this is at idle. We're at 200 degrees now. I'm going to go ahead and turn the I'm going to turn the defroster on. Oh, where's the defroster? Here it is. Okay, I got the temperature at high heat on both sides. Fan on high. On both sides. I don't want the AC on. Okay. When you turn the AC on, that turns on your fan. That kicks down your temps. So you want your thermostat to do what it's supposed to do, and it's open. You want it to open. Let's see. Right now the defroster temp is 103. 103 and climbing 104. It could get as hot as 120 degrees with the defroster. You see that the AC kicked on when I turned that defroster on, so it dropped the temps that quick, 200 to 190. You hear that blower motor going there. This is a charge air return pipe, 116. Inlet pipe, 123. Charge air cooler temp, 109, 103-ish. Here's my radiator. That's at 143, 144, 154, and climbing. So it's going to somewhat match what that gauge says, the radiator, not your charge air cooler. Charge air cooler is going to be cooler. Hose temp, that's going to be the same as your motor. That's the energy that's coming out of your motor. That is coolant, the water that's coming out of your motor. But this pipe here should be cooler, like your supercharger. Got around a supercharger right now, reading 1.6. The return pipe 116. Charge air cooler temp is 110. So she's working. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little tired now. Easter Sunday and a wife gonna be mad at me. She's a good sport, but if it wasn't for that bolt, I wouldn't have been out here that long. That took me an extra, or it took us an extra 2 hours to make sure we got it extracted, make sure we got all that nylon out of there, because you don't want any of that falling back in. That's contamination in your supercharger. Not that it couldn't handle it, but it's added contaminants into the system, which you do not want. I don't know what it could do. I can just imagine. It's nylon, but still, you know, it's not designed to mash up anything whatsoever. So, in closing, job is done. Merc, thank you very much. You got it here quicker than I thought it was coming. I think your hardware kit was worth the 84, 85, 89, whatever dollars. No, I'm sorry, but I could have got all that stuff at Home Depot for about 12 bucks. So I'm sorry to take that bit of money away from you, Merc, but that's a little bit too much for what that is. There's nothing really there. There's no brackets. Nothing should have cost that much. Sorry. I'm not going to dwell on it, but nevertheless. But then again, had I known prior, I wouldn't have bought it, and I know that's probably what you're saying right now. You shouldn't have bought it. You're right. I didn't know what was in it because you didn't have a picture. So maybe that's why you didn't have a picture. I'm not saying anything. I'm not dissing you, but nevertheless, the install kit that you get from them, you can buy it for about 12 bucks at Home Depot. It's simple stuff. If you've got a B8 just like mine, a regular B8, all you're gonna need is two straight connectors and 4 clamps. That's it. You're not gonna need the elbows. Maybe the B5 and a half, you're gonna need the elbows. I wouldn't use the elbows. You want the straightest path as possible with these lines, with these coolant lines. And also, can't stress enough, you want them to be as far away from anything as possible. You don't want them rubbing on anything. You don't want them, you know, rubbing together. Eventually they're going to wear out over time. So, but other than that, Merc, it's a great product. Definitely worth the money. You know, I could diss the other companies out there that are charging you that kind of money for their kit. Like I said, it holds at least a minimum of a half a gallon more. But the surface area, you know, from the Merc to the stock, which you can see the stock here. Even if somehow you were able to bring it in and bring it up, you're still talking half the size of what Merc has, and I'm sure whatever the other guys have too. This is just not efficient enough. I left the auxiliary cooler in, I didn't remove it, so really I've got the auxiliary cooler, which is underneath that headlight there, and then the Merc. So I'm running two, and I guess I'm not gonna say, I may have another mod in my sleeve, but I'm gonna run this out for a while. Right now you can see I'm running it, just making sure of everything, Actually, let me do this. Put my thermometer down. Oh, and there's that bolt. That one right there, the silver one. And on this side, there's a black one. Well, there was a black one on this side. It broke off, like, real quick. Too sweet. I mean, Audi, why did you do it? Audi, I think I know why. So somebody has to bring it in here to have service. But like I said, if you're going to test those bleeder screws on that supercharger, get ready to fish out the rest of it that's in there, and hopefully don't damage the threads and got to tap that out. I wouldn't advise it unless you know exactly what you're doing and you know exactly how to get any debris that goes in there out of there. Definitely don't want metal shavings in that supercharger.